It's a rough time to be a game dev with how often these companies are laying off employees.
Yeah, you have Digital Extremes laying off their entire publishing team, MS Games laying off 40% of their employees due to NASCAR turmoil, Ubisoft laying off 124 jobs, though they state this has nothing to do with video games. And to make matters worse, the Embracer Group is eyeing the developers of Time Splitters, Free Radical, to close or sell off completely. I can only hope they'll sell.
The way things are going, you'd expect video games to be dying. Good thing I'm a necromancer, though.
Yeah, but you'd only revive like boring games like Animal Crossing.
They're cozy games, Booster, not boring. Anyway, welcome to NecroNews, the show where we cover the hottest gaming news from the last week. Subscribe if you want to keep up to date with the latest news and weird games that we find. On Tuesday, Jason Schreier, the man who thinks this looks like Lolly, stated that sources who had insider Rockstar game knowledge told him that GTA 6 could be officially announced as early as the end of this week.
And he wasn't wrong, as on Wednesday, co-founder of Rockstar announced that they would be revealing the trailer in early December.
Which most likely means it'll be showcased at the Game Awards. People are mostly excited as the leaks for GTA 6 that came out this year did show that the game would be set in Vice City, so that's cool, I guess. I've never actually played GTA, so I don't know what that actually means.
This isn't so much news as it is funny, and so we wanted to report on it. So after 5 years, the Epic Store still isn't profitable. There are a great many reasons as to why, but I also have my own theories.
Profitable?
Profitable. It's profitable. What?
But before we get to this dummy's opinions,
Hey!
we'll stick to the facts. When the Epic Store was released, there was a lot of missing features, such as a shopping cart, and when buying too many games at once, the anti-fraud measure would trigger and would lock a person out of their account.
Imagine spending so much money that they lock your account. Wow! Another culprit is Epic's desire to make certain games exclusive. Epic achieved this by giving devs a higher profit share and their minimum sales cost up front. This made Epic sell games largely at a loss.
Funnily enough, this backfired for Epic, as some big companies like Bamco and Microsoft have sworn they'd never do it. And finally, there's also the fact that Tencent owns 40% of Epic, which surprisingly put a lot of people off.
All of these silly little things have resulted in the Epic Store being a loss for Epic, according to Steve Allison. But since they own Unreal Engine, they're not really hurting.
Anyway, what is your dumb theory?
Oh, let's talk. The free games they give out, while originally part of a ploy to get people to switch over to Epic Store, what I saw happen was that people would sign up for the store, wait for the free games, but then also just buy games from Steam since it was better and easier to do. And you can add any games that you get from Epic to Steam pretty easily.
Alright, so not completely a dumb theory. Anyway, let us know what you guys think in the comments below.
Shockingly, Sony Pictures has teamed up with Nintendo to start production on the Legend of Zelda movie. So let's talk about it. The movie will be produced by Miyamoto and Avi Arad, and we all know who Miyamoto is, but do you know Avi? Well, you should, because the man do be morbid.
Yep, Avi Arad is the producer for all the Spider-Man spin-offs and the terrible Ghost in the Shell movie. The movie will also be directed by Wes Ball. Don't know who that is?
Missed you, little shit. Did I?
Yep, he directed the terrible Maze Runner trilogy. So you know, it's not looking too great for the Zelda movie so far.
Man, maybe Sega will actually end up beating Mario after all.
Also, if they don't put Zelda Williams as some sort of like cameo at the very least in the movies, it's an automatic fail. Well, looky here, yet another act of self-mutilation from Escapist HQ. What is it this time, you might ask? Why, that'd be the brilliant idea of firing the editor-in-chief, Nick Candelabra? Calandra. Really, you'd think after so much repeated self-flagellation, they'd finally learn to stop sticking their private parts in the blender.
So for the two people out there who have been touching grass for the past 10 years, The Escapist is a site where shows like Zero Punctuation called home. That particular gem is a review series that started 16 years ago, and because of their recent actions, Zero Punctuation and the entire video team left the company faster than my mother's respect for me.
The site had been stagnant for a while, something that Nick was able to rectify in 2019 by generally being an awesome editor-in-chief. Hell, he even gave Movie Bob another chance. But because we can't have nice things, the site was purchased by a new company called Gamers. That's Gamers with a U, because apparently that's how the hip and cool kids spell it.
At this point, the Escapist ownership has been passed around more than herpes at a frat party. The Gamers, however, thought it'd be a great idea to fire Nick, for reasons that have not been entirely clear. According to Calandra, he was fired for not achieving goals, which he claims was never properly set out for him, and that the ownership lacked understanding of their audience and the team that rebuilt said audience.
So Nick was fired, and in a display of absolute loyalty to their captain, the entire video team of the Escapists all announced their resignations on Twitter, including Ben Yahtzee Croshaw of Zero Punctuation, which is basically the only reason anyone went to that godforsaken site. So yeah, it's dead again.
The newly free team has created a competitor channel called Second Wind. Yahtzee is going to continue doing what he's been doing, I'll bet with the original name of the series from 16 years ago, Fully Ramblematic. Though the art style might need to go through a few revisions since it's unclear if the Escapist owns the art style to begin with, those greedy fucks.
As for the Tosspots over at the Escapists, they only have their current writing staff left, but they're probably looking to replace with AI-written articles anyway, most likely about blockchain gaming. So yeah, if you ever thought to yourself, oh wow, AI is the future, can't wait to have AI do everything, then you're a stupid, silly little person.
What? Shut up, don't judge me.
Haven't done this one in a while, so let's get out the jams.
Overwatch League, the project aimed at making Overwatch a true esport, has died this week as majority of the teams pulled out of the league in exchange for $6 million from Activision as a termination fee, because honestly, that's better than being in the league to begin with.
Mike Ibarra, president of Blizzard, stated in an interview with The Verge that players want new content literally almost every single day, they want new stuff every hour. He continued to say players have no patience. We're trying to react that way while holding the Blizzard quality bar high, which is probably his way of defending the fact that there's $65 horse armor in Diablo 4.
Activision has released Modern Warfare 2 and 3, but in order to play either of them, you have to download both of them. This is a typical Activision Elle, because to download the game that you bought, you have to download a game that you can't play.
Finally, this isn't really a funk up, but it's something that's really funny. Adam Adamo, CEO and co-founder of Overwatch esports team Toronto Defiant, tweeted out this AI-generated image in response to leaving Overwatch League, to which the AI generated an interesting-looking mushroom down there in the bottom left corner there.
Even the AI gets what Overwatch is about.
I'm glad we have this new technology.
This week's Buried Alive Banger, a segment where we cover a game that our community doesn't think has had enough attention, actually came from the comment section of last week's video. So if you guys have a game that you want us to cover, don't hesitate to tell us in the comments down below. Anyway, this week's game is called Ratopia.
Rats. Rats, rats, we are the rats. Anyway, Ratopia is a survival, sandbox, and city-building simulation game where you have to build your own economical system to sustain your very own rat colony. The art style is adorable, and it's even got its own demo out, so give it a shot.
And here are the games coming out this week. There's a lot of them. Last Faith is coming out. Death Must Die is coming out. Dredge is coming out. Burrito and Naruto is coming. There's games. Oh, Super Mario. Yeah, that's there too.
And here's our schedule for next week. Booster needs a break from Minecraft, so we'll be playing Silent Hill.
If you like what we do here and you want to keep up to date, consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like. Let us know what your favorite story was down below.
Once again, we appreciate all of your support, and thank you so much for watching.
That's all we have this week. So until next time, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.